Saudi Arabia and Iran agreed to restore bilateral relations and reopen embassies within the next 2 months, ending a 7-year rift. The joint trilateral statement was struck in Beijing and signed by China's top diplomat Wang Yi, Saudi National Security Advisor Mossad bin Mohammed Al-Ayban, and head of Iran's Supreme National Security Council Ali Shamkhani. The agreement affirms principles including non-interference in internal affairs of states and sovereignty of states, and referenced that Iran and Saudi Arabia want to re-implement the security cooperation agreements they signed in 2001. By re-establishing ties with Iran, Saudi Arabia is hoping to reduce its exposure to direct Iranian attacks, as well as collateral damage from deteriorating US-Iran ties. Iran, for its part, is hoping the deal would deter Saudi Arabia from further deepening relations with Tehran's primary regional rival, Israel. The agreement will likely serve to reduce tensions rather than resolve profound differences between both nations, but the fact that it was brokered by China demonstrates Beijing's rising influence. Turkey's Nation Alliance, a coalition of parties that oppose Erdogan's government, have decided to name Republican People's Party leader Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu to stand as its joint presidential candidate. The 6 parties that belong to the Nation Alliance hold varying viewpoints on domestic and foreign policy, but a shared aversion to the leadership and presidential system championed by Erdogan. The alliance emerged during the lead-up to the 2017 constitutional referendum that saw Turkey shift from a parliamentary to a presidential system of government. Unity within the opposition is key for the parties to have a chance of beating Erdogan. Polling indicates that the race between Kılıçdaroğlu and Erdogan is very close. It also suggests that Kılıçdaroğlu's chances of winning the presidency will improve if small independent opposition parties align with Nation Alliance. The Nation Alliance proposes a return to the parliamentary system of governance, which appeals to many young voters as well as Turkey's Western partners who want a return to a more balanced division powers. Saudi Arabia has asked the US to greenlight its development of a civilian nuclear program in exchange for the kingdom normalizing relations with Israel. The civilian nuclear program is among several demands Riyadh has presented in talks with the Biden administration over the past year. The Saudis stopped short of signing up to the so-called Abraham Accords, negotiated under Donald Trump, that its Emirati neighbors have joined. Given the Biden administration's fears that a Saudi nuclear program could further accelerate a regional nuclear arms race, Riyadh has suggested developing it in full cooperation with the US and agreeing to American monitoring and inspections. Congress has been divided over relations with Mohammed bin Salman, especially after the murder of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi, and this new nuclear demand will likely not see bipartisan support. Pakistan's media regulator has banned television channels from broadcasting speeches and news conferences by Imran Khan, accusing the former Prime Minister of attacking the state's institutions and promoting hatred. The Pakistan Electronic Media Regulatory Authority imposed the ban after Khan gave a speech in the eastern city of Lahore, where he alleged that former Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa was behind his removal from power in April last year. The cricketer turned politician made the speech after police from the capital Islamabad made an attempt to arrest him in a corruption case. Imran Khan was once the darling of the establishment and was swept by powers for his calls for Tabdili, change, and a new Pakistan based on Medina state. Fast forward 4 years, and Khan's in the same position as most of Pakistan's previous leaders who are thrown aside when their use is no longer needed. Khan is playing a dangerous game against the army leadership, but he feels he has sufficient ground support to carry on undermining the army leadership.